Okay, this is video one of my metal detecting, art making, treasure hunting, scuba diving, eclectic YouTube channel. About 3 weeks ago, I went on a date and it was at the river and I found a fishing pole and it was brand new, perfectly intact, about 5 feet out. So someone must have just got mad, threw it and left it. But it like sparked my interest. I'm like, whoa, what else is down here? So I've been diving down there since. I bought a soon it's going to come in the mail. It's a mask, professional scuba diving mask. I think it's called Octamask. And it has the GoPro mount, so I'll be able to take you with me in my diving adventures through the American River, which is really beautiful. Shallow right now, but very beautiful, and you'll be able to see what I see and find what I find at the. It'll be like being there with me, so that'll be cool. The second thing I found was a vape. Third thing I found was this Zachary Taylor 12th President coin. And when I found it, it was just sitting like this on a rock, sparkling bright. And I thought, no way, no way. So I dove down, but like 3 feet, snatched it up, put it in my pocket. And later I looked at it and I turned it over and it said, I was super bummed, but it was still worth it. It made my day. Shell's Mr. President coin game. So I guess back in the day, 1968, Shell had this promotional, like McDonald's Monopoly type of thing, where they'd give you a token every time you purchase gas, and you could collect them, and some were instant winners, and some were you had to collect like a series to get the prizes. So anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. It's still antique in my mind. It's still kind of an old fine treasure. It's aluminum. It's not, it's very lightweight, so it's nothing special, but maybe $5 or something online. It's an antique in my mind, so I thought it was really cool, and that got me like hooked. After I found a coin, I was like, and it wasn't a normal coin, it was a weird coin. I was like, oh yeah, we're going back in. So I bought a metal detector. It's still in China. It's gonna be here soon. I started shopping on Wish, and I don't like it because the half of my things haven't even payment hasn't even processed yet. It's been like 3 weeks, and then the one thing, the metal detector, which did go through, they don't really give you shipping options. It's just like it'll be there in the next month sometime. It's like okay, so I'm kind of at the mercy of Wish right now, or China, whatever the hell they do. So anyway, I found that, and then I got the metal detector soon, so it'll be here soon, and then once I get my GoPro, you'll be able to see what I see, but I'll still be using the metal detector at lakes, rivers, American River, and hopefully I find more treasure. Along with that, in the meantime, if I don't find treasure, I am also collecting very cool rocks down at the river. Now, this isn't a cool rock, but it's a red rock. There's all these very bright red rocks in the river, and when you take them out, they sort of, the oxygen or something makes them dark, deep maroon. But I want to ask you, see, I joined a geology rock identification club on Facebook, but it's worthless because every time I post something, I'm like, will you help me identify this? Every single person's answer is different. So at the end of the day, I'm still kind of like, I don't know what it is. But there's these red rocks, American River, and they're bright red under the water, but when you take them out, they turn to this color. So I was thinking maybe it's jasper because it's not as light as sandstone. Could be sandstone, but the reason why I wonder, because I found this sucker, and it looked like a brick, but it's not. It's some sort of perfectly square-angled rock that I found. It was probably sharper than this, and the theory from my Facebook group is that it was like in an outcrop, something bigger, like it was part of another matrix, and it broke off. This slab broke off, and in the river, it ended up getting polished and formed and eroded like such. It's pretty heavy. I don't know, but I'm thinking it's either jasper, red jasper, or sandstone. Someone said something else started with an A, uh, like adenine or something. I can't remember, but I like it. It's like what makes it so unique to me is its shape. It's like I've never found a rock so mathematically golden ratio like. So it's like good energy. Feels like a treasure. Then I found a super perfectly round rock, and I'm drawing. This is the Sri Yantra, so I'm going to draw this on there. I drew it on there, past tense, present tense, future tense. Come on, get it right. So I drew it on there, and then I'm going to use my Dremel, and I invested in a bunch of bits, and so I'm going to carve this tomorrow. I'm going to go get a bias sander at the Harbor Freight so I can take rocks like this and sand both sides so that I can make rings. And then I'll be able to make, see this underwater basically looks polished when it's underwater. So it'll be like super bright green with these really nice lines going through the ring once it's all done and good. And this is relatively flat, so it should be a good ring to make. But if you can identify what this is, that would be amazing. Please add it in the comments. I'm very curious as to what this is. Here's a closer look. It really is the same color as a brick. Underwater, it was bright red, like the other rocks that I found. They're almost identical in color. So sounds like a brick too. So I don't know. Maybe it is an ancient brick, but it doesn't feel like a brick. I mean, it just, and it certainly doesn't look like a brick. So I don't care. I think it's cool. I don't know what it is, but if you think it is a brick, let me know. So yeah, that's that. So like I said, I can't wait to find more treasure in the rivers/lakes. Hope to find some people's wedding rings and collect a whole bunch of rings, and also make my own. In the meantime, if I can't find other people's rings, I'm going to make my own out of beautiful river rocks. And I got this to help me sell them. Because you can't just, here's a cool ring. I want to add some interesting details. This is a metaphysical properties of the mineral kingdom book, but you can find it on Google, things on Google. I just happen to have this from an older collection of books, so I can look up like feldspar, all these different things, and lapis lazuli, and it'll tell me what it enhances and what kind of properties it has. And I'm not really into crystals and rock property. Like, I don't think this will actually, like, let's say this was, I don't know, let's say it was lapis lazuli. I don't really think it's wisdom, but I think that consciousness has the capacity to look at something and get vibes, get emotional attachment, bonds, vibes, feelings from a thing. That's what I got when I found this. It's super cold too. Like, I'm touching it, it's like freezing cold. It's really weird because it's super hot, but it's like super cold. Interesting, but something like this, it gave me a feeling, a special feeling when I saw it. Maybe because of its shape, maybe, and its color, and its uniqueness among the other rocks. All these things factor into my decision-making process. But the point I'm making is, using your own consciousness, you can script the properties. You look at something, everything's individual and unique. So, like I said, that one brought me a sense of joy. And then if I were to form it into a ring, I could say, well, it's red. Red attracts wealth. Red is protective color. Red is power, emotion. This one could be more intellectual because of its color properties. So, like, that's how I would use my consciousness to describe it in an artful manner. And not so much in a New Age hippie manner, but in a intellectual, you might feel this way about it. It might enhance your focus or whatever. But if it makes you feel good, then there it goes. That's all that has to work. I'm not even forming full sentences right now. Anyway, so yeah, I'm really excited to carve this and see how that turns out. Sri Yantra. Then once I do that, I'm going to do the back. Cannot hold onto things. And then I'm going to throw it in the river. I'm going to make a wish and throw it back in the river. And then whenever I feel like I need wealth or I need something to meditate on, I'm going to remember that my beautiful rock with my intentions is sitting at the bottom of a beautiful river. And everything's flowing, and it'll be so cool. Because my mind will always go back to my rock in the river. So I'll have that special connection to the river at all times via my imagination. All right, so that, oh yeah, I bought a Tibetan singing bowl too, and was going to pour molten bismuth in it and use cymatics to alter the crystals with magnetism and sound simultaneously with magnets. So I'd like to see if I can form different crystals with the bismuth and integrate that into my jewelry making process with rocks, because I won't be able to afford metal casting. It's too complicated, and creative processes are always painful. So I better just start birthing this first. Start small and work my way up to master smith craftsman. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this. If you're interested in these kinds of hobbies, follow. I promise I won't be such a windbag next video. I'll be able to form more sentences correctly, and probably not though. And I'll have my GoPro, so I'll be able to take you with me on my adventures, and you'll be able to see what I see. Even fish, there's fish. Um, and I bring a pocket knife with me in case I run into alligators, but haven't seen one since, and I've lost my fear of swimming in murky water. I just not as afraid anymore. So it's kind of cool, and we'll see what happens. So subscribe, follow, comment, whatever. Enjoy.